Tomorrow, Friday, we'll be back at 1 o'clock. Next Monday, back at 1 o'clock. I want to thank you again for continuing to tune in to these daily pressers. It's a helpful way for you to keep yourselves informed. As I said, I think yesterday, when we move into phase 2, which we're hopeful will begin next week on Monday, we're going to see a big relaxing in the rules. We're going to see a broad reopening in some form or fashion in really every part of the economy, which means it's more important that you stay informed about the rules and also that you follow the rules. The way this is going to work is that we're going to start to get back into business, and we're going to do that safely because I have confidence that you're going to follow the rules. And so I'm just going to ask you, please, I'm worried that people think, oh, we're going to get to go get our hair cut, we're going to get to go to dinner, we can relax. It's actually the opposite. We are going to be able to do that, go shopping again, start to go back to work, get our hair cut, go out to dinner. Therefore, it is more important than ever that you follow the rules around mask wearing, social distancing, hand washing, calling the doctor if you're sick, and staying home if you're sick. If we keep following the rules, then we can continue to safely reopen. We will begin as we always do. I'd like to ask you to put the data up on the screen. Today we have 143 new cases and sadly another 21 deaths. I will say the deaths are hard. It's hard to say that every day. That's another difficult day, and my heart goes out to those families. 143 new cases is good. That we are stabilizing. That is a picture again of a plateau and a stabilizing. And it's particularly important because we started phase 1 more than 2 weeks ago. So if we were going to be seeing problems because of our reopening in phase 1, we'd be seeing them now. We'd be seeing hospitalizations going up now, cases going up now. The fact that we're not seeing that is great and should give you confidence. It gives me confidence that we are ready to continue and to move on to phase 2. I also want to let you know, as I have done from the beginning, thank you for all of your hard work. We have together, I've made some tough decisions. I've said so many times, every decision I've made has been difficult, and I almost never have good options. It's bad option 1, bad option 2, pick the least bad option. And it's been tough for the people of Rhode Island. But because of your hard work, we are in good shape. The hospitalizations are very steady. At the beginning of May, we were at 358 hospitalizations. Now we're at 218. So that's just about a 40% decrease in hospitalizations. That is something that I feel very good about. It shows that we are learning to live with the virus, and the steps we've taken, the rules we're following, are saving lives. And that's where we want to continue to go. And the more we continue to do that, the better off we'll all be. A few announcements today is a few announcements. I'm going to keep it short. Tomorrow there'll be quite a bit more. Since the start of the crisis, sadly, we've lost 655 Rhode Islanders to the virus. And as I said yesterday, that's over 600 people. Moms, dads, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, loved ones. They're not numbers, they're people. They're our loved ones in Rhode Island. And I just want to ask every Rhode Islander to remember that and keep those who've lost someone to the COVID crisis in your prayers. I also want to announce that the American Red Cross of Rhode Island has launched a new resource to help every Rhode Islander who has lost a loved one to COVID-19. It's called the quote-unquote Virtual Family Assistance Center, and it's a support hub with programs, information, referrals, and services to support families in need. It's free. So it's a free and confidential support network that connects families with mental health and counseling resources, provides resources and information on coping with grief and how to cope with the loss of a loved one. They provide support for virtual memorial services and connect people with legal help as it relates to estate issues or custody issues or other of the legal complications that sometimes arise when somebody passes away. So if you have lost someone during the crisis, I would ask you to consider using this as a resource. It's available, it's confidential, it's free, and it's being provided by the Red Cross. The way you can access this is by visiting redcross.org/VFAC. Or you can call 833-492-0094. I will say that as the death toll has increased, we've been hearing more and more from people who are asking for help, and this is something that we hope will help you and provide you with comfort and assistance as you grieve the loss of your loved one. And I want to thank the Red Cross for working with us to make this available. Okay, this is the week, as I said, we'll be putting out a number of pieces of information and new regulations as we embark on the beginning of Phase 2, hopefully next week. Earlier today, we posted the guidance for gyms and fitness centers. So that we hope that in Phase 2, gyms and fitness centers and yoga studios and all fitness centers, hockey rinks, pools, etc., are going to begin reopening next week. As of this morning, there are new regulations online on our website, reopeningri.com. The regulations and the guidelines were developed in consultation with many gym owners, and I want to thank them for their support. I also want to note that the guidelines went up early this morning. We then had a Facebook town hall, and then we heard from thousands of gym owners, and we have since amended them, and they are up online right now, and I would encourage everybody, if you want to go take a look. So what's it going to look like? You might be saying, I'm dying to go back to the gym. What is it going to look like? The answer is, you can go back to the gym, but like everything else in our lives, it's going to be different. So for Phase 2, what's it going to look like? We're encouraging gyms to use reservation systems so that they, just like with restaurants, we want to make sure they're not crowds. We want to make sure people come in a consistent fashion. Certainly, if there are any classes that are being offered, they have to be scheduled. We're asking that if you join a class, you stay in the same consistent class with the same maximum of 15 people. Locker rooms will not be open in this phase. There will be more cleaning that the gym owners have to do. Just like when you go to a restaurant, you have to give your name and your phone number so the Department of Health can contact you if there is an outbreak. Common equipment will be thoroughly sanitized in between each use, and activities that are really close in contact, like boxing or wrestling, will not be allowed in Phase 2. And for your reminder, we think Phase 2 will last about the month of June, 3 to 4 weeks. We're also asking that you keep a social distance from people and to wear a face cloth covering. Now, some of you may be saying it's not possible to run on a treadmill with a face cloth covering. I would say there are a number of face cloth coverings that are out there specifically designed to use while you exercise. So you might want to check that out and pick yourself up one of those. If you don't want to or you can't, then there are strict regulations that you have to stay 14 feet apart from one another if you're engaged in a vigorous exercise. Why 14 feet? And there's science behind it, which Dr. Alexander Scott can address if you have questions. But when you're exercising and breathing heavily, there's a chance that your particles will go further than 8 feet. There are studies which show they can travel 13 or more feet. So if you're not going to wear your mask while you're exercising aggressively, then you have to stay 14 feet apart. As with all our guidance, outdoor activity is strongly preferred for all of the reasons that we went through the other day. So here's what I would say. I'm often asked, will you go to a gym? I don't personally go to a gym, but I would, which is to say I would feel safe. A lot of people are asking me, do you think it's safe? Would you do it? The answer is yes, I would. So next week, we hope gyms open, we hope yoga studios open, we hope other fitness facilities open under these new rules. Those new rules are now posted on our website. And I want the people of Rhode Island to know I believe it is safe for you to do this. Now, I want to say this. Rhode Island is ahead of our neighbors. As I said, every decision I'm making is not without difficulty or critics. And they're tough calls. I know that. I hear that. We're ahead of Massachusetts. We're ahead of Connecticut, ahead of really everyone in our region when it comes time to reopening, particularly as it relates to restaurants for indoor dining and gyms and the like. Why? Because I trust you. I trust you to do the right thing and follow the rules. And we've seen it. Last weekend, 98% of people we saw shopping had their mask on. We didn't have to break up large crowds. So what I'm saying is you should feel confident. If you're a gym user, go back to your gym and enjoy it. But if you're a gym owner or a gym user, please look at the rules and follow the rules so that we can keep everybody safe, and then in phase 3, we'll open it up even more. Tomorrow, so that's gyms. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about the new guidelines for indoor dining. This afternoon, there's a big meeting with the Rhode Island Hospitality Association. We have been seeking their input at every step of the way, so we want to have one more input session. And then either late tonight or tomorrow morning, the indoor dining rules will be posted online, and I'll be addressing indoor dining tomorrow. And salons and barbershops, also late tonight or tomorrow morning, the guidelines for that will be online. So this week we're trying to get everything out online so you can see it, so we can all be prepared for next week. I do want to take a second to pause and to thank all of the hardworking folks in the Commerce Department. They worked all weekend in concert with the folks at the Department of Health, just trying to get this right, trying to do it where we keep everybody safe, where we are thoughtful, where we're doing it in concert with businesses, and where we're putting out rules that are relatively easy to follow. We don't want to put out rules that are so burdensome that individuals and businesses can't follow them. Having said that, these rules are very temporary. They're designed to get us through about the next month, and it's important that you respect the work and thought that's gone into it and educate yourself about the rules and follow the rules. And to my teams who've been working like crazy, I'm really proud of you. When I look at our rules compared to other states, I think it's top-notch, and I want to thank you for your effort. Last note is, while we're slowly and safely reopening the economy, we are obviously mindful that there are some areas where folks still need flexibility, actually quite a bit of flexibility. To that end, I've been granting 90-day extensions for anyone who has a license, registration, inspection, permit, or temporary license plates that were set to expire in March, April, or May from the DMV. Today, I am announcing that we're also granting a 90-day extension for those set to expire in June. So if your expiration date for any of those items was originally in June, you now have until September. And we do hear from folks who are worried their registration is up, they have to get their car inspected. You can breathe a sigh of relief. You'll have until September. We want to give everybody a 90-day grace period in recognition of the fact that we've scaled back DMV, and it's essentially by appointment. Also, remember, most of these things can be done online. You know, as we're dealing with this crisis, we've really made an effort to improve the way we deliver services online. So if it's a simple thing that you need done with the DMV, I'd encourage you to try to do it online. I want to remind everyone that the DMV in Cranston and our satellite location in Middletown are open by appointment only, and all other branch locations at this point are closed. And again, as I said, please try to do everything you can online. If it's something that you must get done and you can't do it online, then make an appointment. We'll make an appointment. By and large, I'm hearing from people who have made an appointment that their experience has been excellent and quick. So I want to thank the folks at DMV, and I want to thank Rhode Islanders for your patience.